Hello Leo, and welcome to your January 2019 tarot reading. I'm Jade and thanks for visiting my channel. Yes, yes, yes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the overall energies that I pulled for the whole year, and we'll use those as underlying. And then we'll do a spread to kind of see what's going on for the whole month. And yeah, let's get started. So I want to start with the Mystical Shaman Oracle card for the year. It is fire. This is your card. And this is that we are burning away whatever does not serve us. We're going back into what feels warm and cozy. We're basically giving the things over to the fire that we don't want anymore. And we're reconnecting to what brings us that inner fire, that inner passion, okay? You guys know about that. It's also an outer passion with you all Leos. Okay, so specifically for what we have for January is we had two cards come up, the Page of Pentacles and the Line Strider, and then also the World card. So we have a small, slow offer, but it is something that is stable, that was being offered to you in January. And then we also have the ending of a cycle, or it could also be an expansion or some travel coming up, okay? Both of those were clarified by the Lenormand's tree. And this card is about legacy. It's also about family, and it can also be about health. So what could happen is that, you know, we could have some family things that were, you know, kind of some shifts that were happening, and that maybe the family's getting bigger, maybe you're moving away from the family. It could also be, if we're talking health issues, that you were given some small, slow progressive news, and that it's coming. Maybe it means that, you know, there's something that's coming to an end so that you can move forward through that. But we'll see what the rest of this spread shows, okay? So for the rest of the spread, I'm going to use the Klimt Tarot. And I've pre-shuffled, but I'll do a few more while we're here. For Leo, January 2019. I'll do one more. So we're going to start with the energies coming in. We'll do a present section, and then we'll do how things are kind of revealing themselves. So it could be a future, but it could also be just, you know, how the energies are changing and what's the advice, okay? All right, so for Leo coming in, we're jumping straight into the Queen of Chalices, the Queen of Cups. So this is a water energy, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. You could have a female or a feminine energy around you that is embodying the emotional maturity, but compassion that the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups would have. This could also be the energy that you have had up until this point. Let's just keep going, see what the rest of this story ends up being. Okay. And we have the Temperance card. So there's a balance that's being sought after, a little, not too much, not too little, Sagittarian card. Maybe there's a balance with that one because it just got stuck. And then the Eight of Pentacles. So you're being seen, sorry, I just have to stop. This is such a beautiful card, isn't it? So there's this balance that is being sought after, or that was achieved actually in the past, that brought some stability. You are seen as the master of this, the ability to balance, right? So it could be that you're in a relationship, or let's just talk about you specifically, Leo, sorry. Leo, you are the master of doing. You are the spotlight. You are the star of the zodiac as far as, you know, being a leader and being in on stage. And it kind of, you know, you have a lot of energy about you. All of eyes kind of go towards you, okay? Now, what this could be is that because of that energy, you've actually found a balance with that and the emotional side of yourself. You've sought a balance, and that in itself could have given you, you could be seen as a master of that balance between being and feeling, okay? The other thing is that I'm looking at that this is a feminine energy that's with you. You were trying to balance a relationship with this person, and you've been doing pretty well, okay? Now, we'll see. Let's clarify this before we move on. So we've got the 10 of Wands that have come out. So there is a lot of work that was happening. It could have felt burdening. It could have taken you down, but there's the Sun card. There you are. Okay, but I'm thinking that it's not. It's just more work that you are able to actually accomplish, because we started with the Temperance card. So yeah, sure, it's a lot of work. It could be something that could take a lot of energy from you, but because of the Sun being here, I think that you were actually energized by the adversity of the situation. Okay, so it could be that you were with somebody, or you are in relationship with someone where all eyes were on you. It didn't seem like it was a probable connection or something that would pan out, but actually you and this other person have made a balance. You've done a great job of making sure that it's a balanced situation, a balanced relationship that works well. People recognized you both for being able to do that, to balance it well. So you're being seen as like a master of this achievement of balance, and basically doing relationship right. Okay, that's what we're talking about. You get one final one here for Leo, January 2019, just what you're coming in with, and then the Ace of Chalices. Okay, so this might have been a new relationship that had just started, and perhaps it was looked at as something that wouldn't continue. Okay, so if you've been in relationship, people were kind of naysaying or not supportive of this relationship, but yet it's still going strong. This is the reading that's, this is the energy that I'm picking up here, okay? So you guys have done a great job at balancing both the emotional side and the ability to get closer, You're starting to really delve into what relationship is all about. Like, you're past the honeymoon stage now. You're past through what in your community is, the adversity that they might have been giving you. It could have been family that was saying, no, this is not a good choice. Like, this person's not good enough for you, or their family might have said that you're not good enough for them. But that is where we're coming from, okay? So for Leos who are in relationship, or who have had a successful relationship in the past, near past is what I'm feeling, okay? Now where are we? So for Leo 2019, our present situation, got two cards that came out, the Magician and the World. So we've got number 1 and we've got number 21. All right, so it's not quite the beginning, but it's getting there. Okay, so the Magician is the one who creates whatever situation, right? Creates a situation that's going to work best for them. They're the alchemist. And so right now you're kind of feeling into your power and realizing that you can make this situation be whatever you want. So if we're still talking about this relationship, and now we're really starting to get firm and solid into, how do we handle the logistics? Perhaps we live in a city where it makes it more difficult to actually move in together. So how do we handle the logistics, right? Or maybe we do want to move in together. How do we actually handle that move, that physical move? Okay. The World card is telling me that there is an opportunity here. I mean, it could be an ending of a cycle, but I don't feel so with the World sometimes. I feel like when the World shows up, a lot of times it's telling us, and actually it's here in your overall too, is that there's an opportunity for expansion, and there's an opportunity for travel here, okay? So it could be more than what you even think is imaginable at this point, okay? Let's see what else comes out. We have the Four of Swords. So we're taking some time to feel through it, to contemplate what the next step is. That's what I'm feeling here. Oh, what fell out? And the Chariot. So when you take that time, once you get clear of your thoughts about what's the next step to take in this relationship, Then we're going to move forward. Chariot's also our Cancer sign. So Cancer card. It could be with, we've got Cancer here twice, so this could be with a Cancer female energy. And Magician is mercurial energy. But basically what's happening is that you're looking at the fact that this could be everything, right? This relationship could be the beginning and everything that you've ever wanted, right? So the Magician can create their life the way in which they want it. That's what you have done. You're in this power right now where you can choose this and make it happen. You can, if you want to move in with this person, all you have to do is look for the perfect apartment and boom, it'll show up. So you're seeing and knowing that you can manifest whatever you want. You're in that flow right now, okay? That flow is causing you to expand and to grow in a way that you didn't know that you could, in a new way that creates more opportunities for you and in this relationship. And while that is happening, you're able to watch it develop, and know that, I'm thinking here with this Four of Swords energy, it can go and you don't necessarily have to make it go, if that makes sense. You don't have to be the action that pushes the cart forward, okay? The cart itself wants to move forward. There's movement happening here. Now, the Chariot, there's also some choices. So there might be some choices you have to make after you come out of that Four of Swords energy where you're relaxed and thinking about it. So just know that if you're looking at all that you can manifest, right? You might have to actually choose, I want to manifest this and not that. Because otherwise you'll just end up with like 5 elephants and a zebra in front of you in your living room, and we don't want that either. Let's clarify. Let me see if I can get anything more out of this. This is an interesting Leo reading, okay? So we have 2 of Pentacles. So there's our first choice. It's a choice about money. It's a choice about work, okay? It's a solid, stable choice, right? So what is the choice that's going to bring you the most stability? That's what this card is asking of you. It's a balancing card. So again, you have the Magician and the World, right? So you have 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. You're looking for the balance in it all. But it's kind of like you've been given this new toy, this new manifestation toy, and so it can get kind of crazy. So just know that as you're manifesting, as you're visualizing and wanting to make this relationship be whatever it is that you want, bringing in whatever opportunities in this relationship that you want, that you might have to temper yourself so that it doesn't get too crazy, okay? You might have to make those choices. Gosh, still bringing it in, reeling it in. Let's see, what else do we have for Leo for the present? Okay, we have 5 of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. Okay, so some different energies here happening. Okay, so if you make that choice, you have, we've got 2 different feelings about making the choice. One is that you're fearing that you may feel left out, and the other one is the Knight of Swords, so it's bringing a clear communication forward, okay? So, in relationship, let me reel it back in here. You're able to manifest whatever you want right now. You're in your power. You're bringing things to you quickly, which is amazing, okay? You're taking time to rest if you need it, but you also know that you do have to make choices about that manifestation, or else it's just gonna get crazy, right? Like, you have to participate in life. It is an active activity, okay? So in making the choices, you have a fear that you're going to feel left out, and that things will not be clearly communicated. That feels right. Let me get a little bit more. I feel like I have a few more cards coming out. So we've got a fear of making the choice, but what's going to happen here in this choice? Is that it? I feel like that's it. Okay. So we have the 8 of Wands. Well, when you make the choice, things are going to move, and they're going to move quickly, and it's going to create some change. Here's Scorpio, more water energy. Okay, So there's going to be some major change when you make this choice. Well, that happens with every choice. Can we get one final clarity of what we're dealing with right now for Leo? Knight of Chalices. Okay. So the fear is that you may be moving forward in love, but it's not requited. It's not, you're moving on the pace, and you might be dragging your partner along. They might not be in it with you in the same way. That's the fear, okay? It's beautiful. It's been laid out in a way where you both were able to balance everything despite adversity in the past. And now the next challenge is how do you adult in relationship, right? So that's the question, is how do we adult in relationship? Well, you need to speak clearly and openly with each other, be vulnerable with each other. So the more that you can express how you're feeling, express these fears, then you will be met in that same way by your partner, okay? The Knight is saying that it's emotionally going to be coming in. Like there's an emotional, it's not supportive. The Knights aren't supportive, but what it is that it's going to back you up. So your emotional needs will be backed up, okay? Somebody might be fighting for you. You might be fighting for you. I don't feel like it's a struggle, but the thing is that it's an internal struggle. It's this fear that you have to move past, okay? So you have a fear of commitments, a fear of moving forward, and that is where that's where a lot of this confusion and this reading in itself is a little confusing, because it's saying, go forward, rest, move quickly, make a choice, choose and be without fear, but feel a little bit left out. So we need to get back to what makes you feel most secure in yourself, so that you're operating from that place and not a reactionary place of that you want to make a relationship work, okay? I feel like let me see what the cards are suggesting here. Remembering that you are in your power, you're manifesting a lot right now. So if you're manifesting good stuff, you can also manifest those fears. So just know that might be your choice there, is that you can think about and work towards bringing in all of what you think relationships should be, including the communication, including the emotional honesty and the vulnerability. Or you could be afraid of that commitment because we're now into the next step now, and you can retract. You could feel a little bit left out. You could not share yourself, and it's going to trip you up. Okay, so I think that's where we're at right now in the present. Now, what's coming up for Leo in January in 2019 through this relationship? Let's see. Whoa, let's be careful and let's see. Okay, so well, let's see where it all came out. Okay, so we've got the Devil, Capricorn energy. Okay, so there's some toxicity. I think that's more about the fear that can eat away. We have the Four of Chalices, not feeling satiated, not feeling content. Also maybe getting lost in, drinking for one, but taking what's around you and not necessarily really enjoying it, if that makes sense. So you're just kind of taking things as they show up rather than making taking an active role in your life. Okay, but we do have the Two of Chalices. So it's telling me that this is an important connection for you. It's worth being present for. It's worth moving into this next stage for. A lot of people will come to tarot readings to find out what the other person is thinking, and this could be what the other person is going through right now. Just know that. But I do think that there's a lot of something to be said for calling out our personal fears and saying, look, you got to move through this, right? You have to, if you want to have the life that you dream of, you're going to have to take some chances. You're going to have to be a little vulnerable. You're going to have to feel into things in a way that might feel a little uncomfortable, okay? We also have the Knight of Pentacles. So what's happening is happening slowly, which is good at this point. In the future, it's going to unfold for you. So you don't have to feel rushed. It's going to be stable if you choose it. And what else is good? And I feel like it's definitely like a strong foundation that you're really trying to build this strong foundation in this good relationship. You have, let me see, we've got a lot of things on the table here. So I'm just going to say we have the King of Chalices now. So we've moved from the toxicity. We're leaving the fears away, and you're moving towards being emotionally mature. Okay, so there's this kind of interesting journey that you're taking where you're moving through your fears this month, and you're moving into an empowered place, a more emotionally empowered place. It doesn't have to be a slow journey if you don't want it to be, but I think it's actually something that can be quite amazing if you take on this energy. If this is someone else's energy, that's also beautiful because you're being supported by that. You know, you have this emotional maturity that's willing to meet you despite being afraid. So it's okay to take a chance. It's okay. You know, heartbreak will happen anyway. You know, if we are attached to what we want things to be, that's when the suffering happens. But if we take a chance and we say, look, you know, I'm just gonna love, and I'm gonna keep checking in, and I'm hoping that, you know, we can be honest and open together and keep checking in with each other, I think that there's a better chance of it developing into something that's really beautiful and beneficial for you in the long term, more so than anything ever before. So you've already come through some adversity just through your community and your family, and now you have the opportunity to work through this internal adversity. Okay, just a few more cards are coming out. The Moon. It's listen to your intuition. I don't feel like there's deceit here. I just feel like it's something that's still being revealed. Also, in a moon cycle, we're coming up. We're starting January with an eclipse. So notice what's going to happen between the new moon and the full moon, okay? Those 2 weeks in that cycle right then is what might be when all of this is kind of coming to a head. Okay, I want one more for, thanks. Okay, and 8 of Chalices. Okay, so I think this is really about you leaving your fears behind, not leaving the situation. I'm going to get one more. But I feel like you're leaving your fears behind. You're making that choice to move forward in this relationship despite it being scary. And let's see what else. What's our final for Leo? King of Pentacles. So it's stable and solid and beautiful. It's formidable. It might be hardened. It might, Pentacle, you know, like it's a completely different energy for you. So I get why it would be weird, right? This is earth energy versus you are the fire. You want to burn it out. You want it to be passionate, and you want it to be creative and quick and big and bubbling. And this may not be what this is. This is, you know, you've already gone through maybe the passion and the honeymoon phase, and now this is really digging in. So it's digging in and making this relationship be what you want it to be with your partner in a way that is healthy, right? Which is kind of what we're all working towards. And that could be the health of this tree, okay? So you've got a lot of beautiful stuff here. It's just getting out of your own way. That's all it is. I want to pull one more card for you from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Just for the month. This will be your overall for this month for Leo 2019 in January. For Leo. Is that one card? Nope. I just want one card, please. One card for Leo. There we go. The Ancient Ones. Number 1. Okay. So this card is saying you are protected. You have all of the help and all of the guidance that you need. So you don't need to doubt yourself. You just need to feel into this fear and move through it. Move through it. Take a breath. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your partnership and move through it. This is something that can be quite amazing, okay? It could be a new partnership coming in. We saw the Ace of we saw the Ace of Cups. We also have the Two of Cups. So it could be something that is coming forward to you. But I really feel like this is something that you're just kind of working towards. You're kind of developing yourself, and you're developing in this partnership. So this is really exciting. I hope you feel that way. And that's what I've got for you, Leo. So thank you again for visiting my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or want to leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, I'm sending you all my love.